I worked as a pizza delivery driver for almost 2 years. Most nights were quiet. Most deliveries were normal. But one order made me quit that job forever. Even today, I never deliver food after midnight. This happened in October of 2018. I was 19 years old. I worked at a small pizza shop outside Columbus, Ohio. It wasn't a great job, but it paid my college bills. That night, my shift was almost over. I had already cleaned my station. I was grabbing my car keys when the phone rang. Nobody moved. Everyone looked at each other. It was already after midnight. My manager picked up the phone. He listened for a few seconds. Then he looked at me. One last delivery. I shook my head. I just wanted to go home. Then he smiled. 4 large pizzas. The customer says he'll leave a $50 tip. I needed the money. So, I said yes. I loaded the pizzas into my car. I typed the address into my GPS. The location was almost 20 minutes away, outside the city, deep in the woods. I had never delivered there before. I started the engine and drove into the darkness. The drive felt longer than it should have. My GPS kept losing signal. Every few minutes, the map froze. Then it came back. I was surrounded by trees. There were no houses, no gas stations, no traffic, nothing, just an empty road. I checked the address again. It was correct. About 15 minutes later, the road changed. The pavement disappeared. My car rolled onto a narrow dirt road. I slowed down. The branches were hanging over the road. They kept hitting my windshield. It sounded like someone was knocking on the glass. I laughed at myself. I told myself, it's just the trees. But I couldn't shake the feeling that I wasn't alone. Finally, I saw a mailbox. The house number matched my delivery. I looked ahead. My headlights stopped on an old wooden house. It looked abandoned. Every window was dark. The paint was peeling off the walls. The front porch looked ready to collapse. There wasn't a single car outside. I checked the order one more time. The address was right. I grabbed the pizzas. I stepped out of my car. The night was completely silent. Then, my phone buzzed. It was the customer. I answered, but all I heard was someone breathing, slow, deep. Then, the call disconnected. I stood there for a few seconds. I wasn't sure what to do. The front porch was completely dark. Only one small window had a light. I walked toward the front door. The wooden steps creaked under my feet. Every step sounded louder than the last. I reached the door. I pressed the doorbell. Nothing happened. I waited. Then I knocked. Pizza delivery. No answer. I knocked again. This time, I heard footsteps. They were slow. Very slow. They stopped right behind the door. I smiled. I thought someone was finally coming. But the door never opened. I waited another minute. Then, the footsteps moved away. I was about to leave. Suddenly, the front door opened by itself. Just a few inches. No one was standing there. I looked inside. A single lamp was glowing in the hallway. The rest of the house was dark. "Hello," I called out. No one answered. Then I noticed something strange. The smell. It wasn't rotten. It wasn't smoke. It smelled like an old house that had been closed for years. Cold, damp, silent. I should have turned around. I should have left the pizzas on the porch. But I wanted that $50 tip. So, I stepped inside. Every light came on at once. I froze. My heart was racing. The house looked different now. It wasn't empty. It looked lived in. There were family photos on the walls, old furniture, a rocking chair, toys on the floor. But something felt wrong. There wasn't a single sound. No TV, no voices, no footsteps, just silence. "Hello," I called again. Still nothing. Then, I heard a soft laugh. It came from upstairs. I looked toward the staircase. Nobody was there. A small red ball slowly rolled down the stairs. It stopped, right in front of my shoes. I stared at it. I hadn't touched it. I hadn't moved. Then, a little girl's voice whispered, "You're late." I turned around so fast that I almost dropped the pizzas. Nobody was behind me. My hands started shaking. I grabbed my phone. No signal. I tried calling my manager. Nothing. Then, I heard another voice. This time, it came from the kitchen. "The pizzas are getting cold." I slowly looked toward the kitchen. A woman was standing there. Her back was facing me. She wasn't moving. She didn't turn around. She simply said, "Please, bring them to the dining room." I couldn't move. My eyes were locked on her. She was standing in the kitchen, but her feet weren't touching the floor. She was floating, just a few inches above it. My hands started shaking. I slowly stepped back. Then, she spoke again. "Please, My daughters have been waiting. Her voice sounded calm, almost normal, but something about it felt wrong. I looked toward the dining room. 2 small plates were already on the table, 2 empty chairs. Then, I heard giggling, soft, quiet, coming from upstairs. I should have run. I know that now, but I kept telling myself, maybe this is just a family playing a prank. I picked up the pizza boxes. My legs felt heavy. Every step echoed through the house. I reached the dining room. I placed the pizzas on the table. The woman never looked at me. She kept facing the window. Then, she quietly said, "They're here." Before I could ask what she meant, I heard tiny footsteps running across the second floor. They were getting closer. Faster. Faster. Then, everything went silent. Complete silence. A few seconds later, I felt 2 small hands slowly wrap around my arm. I looked down. 2 small hands were holding my arm. They felt ice cold. I slowly turned my head. 2 little girls were standing beside me. They looked about 8 years old. They were smiling. But something wasn't right. Their eyes looked empty. There was no color in them. They didn't blink. They just stared at me. One of them whispered, "Mom said you have to stay." I pulled my arm away. I stepped back. The pizzas fell onto the floor. Neither of the girls reacted. They kept smiling. Then, I heard the front door slam shut. The sound echoed through the house. I ran toward the hallway. I grabbed the doorknob. It wouldn't move. I pulled harder. Nothing. It felt like someone was holding it from the other side. My breathing became faster. I looked behind me. The girls were gone. The hallway was empty. Then, I heard footsteps. Slow, heavy, coming from upstairs. Every step shook the floor. Thump, thump, thump. Whatever was coming down those stairs. It was much bigger than the 2 girls. I didn't wait to see it. I ran toward the back of the house. I found a small kitchen door. I kicked it open. The door flew apart. I jumped outside and started running into the woods. I stopped running. My heart was pounding. I knew that voice. It sounded exactly like my manager. "John, where are you? Come back." I almost answered. Then I remembered. My manager had never left the pizza shop. He couldn't be here. I stayed quiet. A few seconds later, the voice changed. "John, please help me." This time, it sounded like my mother. My entire body froze. I knew something was wrong. My mother lived 3 states away. She wasn't in those woods. I covered my mouth. I didn't make a sound. Then, I heard footsteps. They were walking around the tree. Slow, patient, like someone knew I was hiding there. I closed my eyes. I could hear breathing right beside me. But when I opened my eyes, there was nobody there. Suddenly, red and blue lights flashed through the trees. Police sirens. I jumped out from behind the tree. I started waving my hands. "I'm here. Help." 2 officers ran toward me. They grabbed my shoulders. I couldn't even speak. I pointed toward the old house. One officer looked at me, then quietly asked, "What house?" I turned around. My blood ran cold. The house was gone. There was nothing there, just trees and an empty clearing. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I pointed into the woods. It was right there. I swear. The officers looked at each other. One of them asked me to calm down. They searched the entire area. For almost an hour, they found nothing. No house, no driveway, no tire marks, nothing. Then one officer found my car. It was parked exactly where I had left it. The 4 pizza boxes were still inside. They had never been opened. I just stared at them. I remembered placing them on the dining table. I remembered dropping one on the floor. But now, it looked like I had never delivered them. The next morning, I went back to the pizza shop. I asked my manager about the order. He looked confused. He opened the computer. Then he looked at me. "John, there was no order after midnight." My stomach dropped. I showed him the receipt that was still in my pocket. He took it from my hand. His face turned pale. There was no address, no phone number, no customer name. Just 4 words. "Thank you for coming." I quit that job the same day. I never delivered another pizza. Even now, if my phone rings after midnight, I let it ring. Because sometimes, the person calling isn't alive anymore. If this story gave you chills, subscribe to Phantom Chronicles, because the next nightmare is already waiting for you. Good night, and stay safe. Smiling face with horns oncoming fist.